88.1 The Burg, your movie central. Welcome back to What to Watch Weekends. My name is Nathan, the host of What to Watch Weekends. And I'm not alone in the studio today. Although normally I'd have one other person with me, I have, in fact, two other people, if they'd like to introduce themselves. Wait, we got to figure out who's going to introduce themselves
You're
first.
closer.
All right, you're closer. You're up first.
Hi, guys. I'm Walter.
Hi.
I watch movies.
Nice. Welcome, Walter.
Hi, Walter, who watches movies. And I'm Noah. I also do stuff here at 88.1. I host the Aloha Friday show 1 to 3 o'clock on Friday.
Nice. Well, this is an interesting crossover because usually I have Walter on as one of my guests very regularly.
Yeah.
In fact, I think you are the one who has been the guest the most times.
Yeah.
And
most of last year.
Yeah, most of last year, which there is no complaining there.
No.
At all, remotely. And so basically you're technically the unofficial co-host of What to Watch Weekends.
That's really something.
And then we have Noah, who's been on a couple times. I think you were on last week as well.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
We were talking about Hannibal Lecter.
Yes,
The
indeed.
late, great Hannibal Lecter.
The great Hannibal Lecter. We're not going to get into that because that was last week, and this is this week.
Go watch
And-
that episode. And what, you have like YouTube or something?
Oh yeah, it'll be out there in a couple weeks for sure. So,
Yippee.
yippee-ki-yay. But I do remember one thing that happened last weekend, which was you asked me if I was ever going to do a specific series of movies for the show. And you asked me alongside my roommate, who I don't know if he's listening to this at all, but I mean, shout out to him anyways. You had both asked me if I was ever going to talk about the Ghostbusters movies. And after the Hannibal show is over, we put on the song Ghostbusters by Ray Parker Jr. because you wanted to hear it, you know, just for fun. And I responded with, I don't know, probably not. And then I realized, what the hey, might as well actually do it.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Oh no, they're on fire again. I gotta get like a fire extinguisher to carry around with me just in case that always happens, because I do tend to lie sometimes. But the point is, I decided to do Ghostbusters last Wednesday, and so we're gonna do some Ghostbusters today as well. Might as well. Sound good for both of you? Cool.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Did I have a choice?
No, you do
Is
not
there
have
someone you forgot to ask?
Maybe. Walter, are you okay with this?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Ghostbusting does not make him feel good.
Oh, that's
it makes him feel
unfortunate.
queasy. His toes curl in a little bit.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Ugh.
That's a visual that I did not want to have
It's
today.
like that bit out of Shrek 4, you know? And it's
No.
All right, let's get on with it.
Let's get on with it. We're going to start off with the first two for our first break here, just to kind of condense some time, because I've got some other plans in the works as well, just for fun. So, we're going to start off with Ghostbusters from 1984, available to watch on Peacock or to rent from other places that are not Peacock, such as YouTube, Amazon, Fandango at Home. I'm giving you options here. Anyways, basic plot summary of Ghostbusters is it's about three friends who start a Ghostbusters business in New York. Ah, there goes the video again.
Oh.
It just
It just
like,
does that sometimes.
Ghosts.
the ghosts have found the video feed and they're infecting it. Darn, not again. I was fixing it. Darn you. I got to call the Ghostbusters. Who are you going to call? Bill Murray. I'm going to call Bill Murray. Where's his phone number? Anyways, so I mean, we've got three people rather than the usual one. So you guys want to do rock, paper, scissors to see who gets the chance to give their first initial impressions instead of me? Initial impressions, excuse me. Very disoriented, but that's not
It's them
important.
ghosts, man.
So, do you guys which one of you guys wants to start, or do you have a preference?
No, I don't.
I think we should just go round robin the way that we introduced ourselves.
Yeah.
You, and then Walter, and then
That
me,
makes sense.
And then,
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I think
I'll
that
go
makes
with
sense.
it.
We'll just...
All right. Well, in that case, I'll say, I guess the good sort of opener for Ghostbusters in comparison to what I talked about on Wednesday is I was surprised how much the original Ghostbusters feels a bit like the Raiders of the Lost Ark in a specific way, in that some of the framing choices and some of the visual effects make it look like it'd be a very good comic book. like a Marvel-styled comic book from the 80s. Yeah. That's just my opinion, but I mean, I felt the same way about the Raiders of the Lost Ark from a set design perspective, from a lighting perspective, and I think Ghostbusters has that same effect, honestly. That's my first thought.
All right.
Yeah.
I've never thought of that before.
Really?
But yeah, now that you say something, I can see how you would say that, how it looks like a comic book. I actually just saw it the other day.
Really?
Yeah, because you're like, oh, we're going to be talking about Ghostbusters, and I'm like, sweet, I love that. So I watched it.
Oh, wait, have you seen them before? Where it was yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay. You were
just
rewatching
so I could like know what I'm talking about.
Right, you were rewatching it.
Rewatching it. Yeah,
fair enough. And how many times have you seen it?
A couple.
Okay,
like a lot. Yeah,
fair enough. I mean, that's just something I was thinking to myself. I suppose. I feel like we're more awkward with 3 people. Is that just me? Or is that like...
No, I don't think so.
How do we make it not awkward?
Well, maybe one of us could just like randomly interrupt with a soundboard, like...
just like a fart sound effect, or like... yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
Or like the I'm thinking of that, like, it's a sound effect on like iPhone, the like...
Put on the MLG...
Just start playing the air horn sound effect over it. Yeah. I could see that being a thing.
This is a certified hood classic. And that's honestly my feeling about Ghostbusters 1984.
Yep.
Yeah.
84.
It's a certified hood classic. I mean, I think it's honestly the most rewatchable of all of them.
Yeah.
I would say it has that nice balance of having just a tiny little, like, it's open to having a sequel, but it is its own contained story.
Yeah.
And you can just, like, keep spinning it around and around and around. It's not like, we'll probably get into, like, Ghostbusters Afterlife and whatnot, but I feel like that is really a one-time watch, maybe twice.
Right.
But, like, the original Ghostbusters, I've seen it probably... Like, I watched it on an airplane, and I still feel the same way, like, watching it when I saw it the first time. It's like, oh, wow. Because, I don't know. But I have to agree with Walter. I didn't think about the comic book. I kind of wish somebody did that. Like, take certain frames and put the dialogue on it.
Yeah.
Like, put it through one of those filters on Instagram or Snapchat or something, where you just, like, really up the contrast and then blow out the colors.
Yeah, there are a couple movies like that. Like, one of them would be Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest. That one in particular I really want to see. And Indiana Jones as well. And now Ghostbusters. I mean, there are some movies, you know, there's always the superhero movies that are adapted from comic books. And it's like, I did have a Marvel Indiana Jones comic when I was growing up at one point. But I feel like they have done it with Ghostbusters. We just haven't, it hasn't been as widespread as something like the 2D cartoon TV show they did, which is like kind of them making it into a comic, but not really. It is definitely giving them like 2D personas, but there has been like a Ghostbusters video game. And then there's the 2D show. I feel like we would have heard if there was a more widespread comic book, you know? And we haven't heard of one, and we're just kind of speculating about it. So rather unfortunate. It is surprising to me, at least, looking at it from that perspective. That actually transitions nicely into something that I brought up pretty heavily on Wednesday. You guys have seen it more than twice.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I have seen it only twice.
Huh.
And I gotta admit something. When I first watched Ghostbusters, which was when I was in high school, I didn't find it funny, which feels...
Walter, you're the new host.
Yeah. We're declaring a mutiny. Yeah.
Mutiny. Yeah, I deserve it.
Give him the black spot.
No, that was my first watch.
Okay.
Upon rewatch, I understood and I found it a lot funnier. However, weirdly enough, I feel like in comparison to a lot of other movies of the 80s, like... Okay, in the 80s, we had things like The Empire Strikes Back. We had Back to the Future, the original Back to the Future. We had...
Top Gun.
What?
Top Gun.
Top Gun, sure. We had the original Terminator movie, things like that. And even before the 80s, we had maybe the original Alien movie. I think Aliens was in the 90s, but I'm not too sure. I think the second Alien was somewhere in there. The point is, when I list off all of those as examples, and then we have like The Thing from the 80s as well.
Yeah, 1982.
82, thank you. Movies like that, I watch them and either I like them or at the very least I understand why they've gained such mass popularity. The Thing is the example of where I don't exactly love it as much as other people, but I totally get the mass appeal and why people like it and why so many people say, oh, it's their favorite movie.
Because of Among Us.
Well, yes, and it's got Kurt Russell in it, and also it's just a great movie. However, when it comes to Ghostbusters, the original, even though I find it funny now and I don't exactly dislike the movie, I like the movie. One thing I harped on Wednesday is I don't get exactly why it turned into a big franchise, partially because of what you just said, Noah, with it being such a self-contained story and able to be rewatched as just a standalone thing. I feel like there is no room to make it into this massive American franchise that it turned into. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I guess I don't understand it from that perspective. And I also don't understand why it became as popular as a standalone thing either.
I would say that given the context of the 80s, right? Star Wars was coming out, and that was the first big franchise that had that, I guess to use a more modern term, it was very toyetic. It was the first franchise to really merchandise their stuff.
Right.
Like they kind of had it with Jaws a little bit. It's like blockbusters were really getting to that point of, well, here's the movie, watch the movie, and there's the toys, and there's the popcorn buckets, and there's the t-shirts, and the hoodies, and the shoes, and the backpacks, and the plastic lunch boxes. And, I mean, that hasn't stopped. And I think the 80s really started kicking up with that, especially with the increased popularity of properties like Star Wars. And, it's all made by the same people from around that time frame.
Right.
I mean, Ghostbusters is a little outside of that, but I think it makes sense given that it was, a campy, fun family film that still had, a little spooky, a little like, ooh, but, it had mass appeal at the time. And I think I can figure why they made the TV show and the sequel movie. The reboots, I don't really get as much because it doesn't have, I feel like it kind of slowed down because it's, what are you going to do? Oh, they're busting another ghost. Oh,
right. I do kind of understand that. I think the reason, again, that I just got confused is because it's, again, outside of that, like, bubble of people doing all that mass merchandising.
George Lucas and Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, people like that. I mean, it was done by Ivan Reitman, and it's like, I've never heard of Ivan Reitman before this. And it was like Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And Bill Murray.
And Bill Murray.
Well, he was also a big guy at the time, so I think that was...
Yeah, I mean, when did he start getting popular? I don't exactly know.
No, he just kind of popped into
I don't know.
existence.
He just kind of like spawned in one day.
Yeah, he just
and everybody loved him. It's like,
Yeah.
it's Bill Murray. And then he never answers his phone. That's the other thing. He just never answers his phone.
Yeah, that's the joke. He just you don't know if he's going to show up until he shows up. I mean, Walter, you were telling me before we started that you've seen a bunch of Bill Murray
I've seen
stuff.
so many Bill Murray movies because Bill Murray is like one of my dad's favorite actors.
Right.
And like other than Ghostbusters, he's just done like a lot of stuff.
It's just all over the place.
Yeah.
I will admit that he is definitely the strongest element in the first Ghostbusters, at least to me, because compared to like Dan Aykroyd, who is doing like a normal performance, Bill Murray is just unhinged as all get out. And if anything, he makes Dan Aykroyd seem like he's trying too hard to act, which is something I found really funny. He's kind of like, Dan Aykroyd to me is kind of like the casual scientist, and Bill Murray's like overly sarcastic and really improvisational in attitude. And it's like, it almost feels like there's there's a bit of a clash almost, at least to me.
Well, I think that's. I think it kind of works to service the characters.
Sure.
That they play. I mean, you know how Bill Murray's character is like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, and he's not even really paying too much attention to the whole ghost things.
Yeah.
Because what is it? What's her name? Dana?
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, her character. Anyways, I couldn't remember. I thought her name in the movie was Dana, but I can't remember.
I just call her Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah. So anyway, Sigourney Weaver, he's all about her. He's just like, oh, these ghost things are cool. But Dan Aykroyd's character's like, well, you know, these ghosts, right? The ghosts. He's just focused on that. And I think it kind of balances. It kind of works to it in a degree. I mean, I can see where you're coming from for sure. 'Cause, I mean, I think Bill Murray definitely brings. I mean, again, he's humongous. Compared to, he's like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man compared to everybody else on the street.
Right.
You know.
Good analogy. Yeah. I think he's got just a larger than life personality when being filmed, and that kind of clashes with Dan Aykroyd, who I think is just more insane off camera than he is on camera, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially with this whole Crystal Head vodka thing. It's so weird.
It's so weird, yeah.
He's such a weirdo in real life. I feel like he'd just be so hard to talk to and understand in a normal conversation, which I just get the impression of. At any rate, I think how have we been talking for like 15 minutes? I don't know how time works, apparently.
Wow.
It's fine. That's fine. You don't need to know how the time works anyways. Okay. I think I want to bring up 2 points that I'll then circle back to with Ghostbusters 2. Because I was going to do this on Wednesday, but I didn't. It was too menial and way too small and subtle to really bring up in such a fast-paced thing like What to Watch Wednesdays. So I'll bring them up now, and I'll mention them to you two, just to make sure you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was Dana. Anyways.
Oh, it was Dana. Okay.
I thought I was right.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
Good to know.
Dana Barrett.
Good to know.
All right.
So the first thing that I noticed about the original Ghostbusters is the very cliche environmental protection agent who was like, I'm going to shut down the containment field and send you guys to prison because you're lunatics. You know?
Yeah.
I found that to be a little kind of annoying because it was just random guy from environmental agency shows up and complains about environmentalists and
Makes sense
ghosts.
for the 80s, though.
Yeah.
For the 80s, yeah.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense for the time.
It makes sense for the time. It's just also like he's the reason that the ghosts get unleashed. And personally, just from a writing perspective, if I was writing the movie, which I know, again, I would totally write a movie like Ghostbusters, but I would totally get to that point in my career where I would get the reins to something like that.
I mean, never say never, but...
Never. Good point. Good point. However, if I was doing a movie like this, I would have personally had it be that it would get way too full. The containment field would get filled up to the brim, and then it would burst apart, and the Ghostbusters would then get in trouble for that. I feel like just having him be the thing that powers it off sends kind of this message of they're not the ones who are to blame for it. I don't know. I could go either way. That's the point I'm trying to get to. I could go either way with it. And personally, I would go with the...
It's the government.
It's the government.
The government.
I mean, it's a very New York thing to do for the government to get involved.
Yeah.
Good point,
And like
actually.
put their sticky fingers in it and ew, like,
Ew.
Get out of my business, man. I think it makes sense, cultural perspective and all that. Environmentalism was getting real big at the time. Yeah, I mean, sure, it was the die down of the hippie days, but you had stuff like, I know Reagan wasn't exactly the biggest environmental protectionist, but again, environmentalism and awareness about it was getting really big. And of course, the government was going about it in its way of swinging a giant hammer and...
That's a way of looking at it.
And everybody else go, what the heck, man?
Okay, you've convinced me on that at least. I'll concede to that point.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is. I think I have such a nitpick, which is when all the ghosts get unleashed into the city, right? It shows like 3 instances of it happening, where one of them is like a skeleton driving a taxi cab. One of them is like Slimer's just eating stuff, and then there's like a third one. And to my count, there was only like 3 instances. Nitpick, when you show like mass hysteria, I prefer there be more than 3 shots of it happening.
More silly ghost things happening.
Yeah. It's just 3. I mean, again, that's a nitpick. That's such a nitpick. That's on me. I nitpick this type of stuff a lot.
I feel like if this were a movie made by George Lucas, he totally would have gone in and added more ghosts in like 2012.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, well, the scene needed more ghosts, and it just really serves the story. It's like poetry.
I can't even disagree with that. I mean, personally, I would have done like maybe 5 instead of 3. 3 seems like a low number to me.
Yeah, but 3 is also the magic number. It's like, it's just enough, but it's not. I mean, in terms of storytelling, but I definitely see what you're talking about. It's just like 1 or 2, but then it does also leave a lot more for the big set piece of Stay Puft and Gozer and yada yada yada.
Sure. Again, I mean, I think you're providing good counterpoints to me here. How dare you? No. I appreciate it totally.
All right, I'll leave the show. I'm sorry.
No, I greatly appreciate it. But those are just like 2 more points I wanted to bring up. Because really, it's such a classic that I feel like I said everything I wanted to on Wednesday. So I'm just kind of pulling a couple things that feel unique to me. And at the very least, I was able to throw the comic book thing at you guys and have that be unique. Yeah. So I consider it a win.
I love the bit where Hannibal Lecter shows up.
Okay. Well, before this gets too off track, I think we're going to go to break. And when we come back, we're going to jump into Ghostbusters 2 and hopefully not spend too much time on it. But, we get carried away. So we shall see. Stick around. 88.1 The Burg, your movie central. Welcome back to What to Watch Weekends. My name is Nathan.
My name's Walter.
And my name is Noah.
We are back. We are back indeed. I'm so flip-flopping between whether or not I'm going to wear the headphones for the rest of the broadcast.
No, they're going to give you a dent in your head.
Yeah.
Don't you know? It gives you a dent in the middle of your head.
I know what you're talking about, but at the same time, I wear a hat to protect against that reason. And my hair sticks up now, so it doesn't leave a dent anymore.
You'll have double dented.
Double dented? Ridiculous.
You have to visit the double dent dentist.
Double dentist.
Speaking of double, we're on the sequel of Ghostbusters now, aren't we?
Hey.
Yes, we are. We're on Ghostbusters 2, otherwise known as...
2 Ghosts, 2 Buster.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. That is 100% exactly what I was going to say.
I was plagiarized.
Perfect. So, before we continue on, let's get the formalities out of the way. We're talking about Ghostbusters 2 from 1989. Available to watch on... I didn't write it down. Let me Google that.
Probably wherever they have movies.
Hey, Chat GPT. Hey, Chat.
No.
What do we got?
What do we got? No. Available to watch on Peacock or Hulu. Or to rent from places such as YouTube, Amazon, and Fandango at home anyways. So, basic plot summary of Ghostbusters 2, given that shush face. 5 years after the original Ghostbusters, we follow the Ghostbusters, again, no way, as they must fight off a stream of goo that exists under the city of New York that feeds off negative energy. Yeah. Goo.
What a place to pick. New York City. I mean, you couldn't pick a better place.
That's
to feed off negative energy. I mean, like maybe Seattle, but like
New
LA.
York. New York is a much better pick.
Seattle didn't exist yet. It wasn't popular yet.
Yeah,
Philadelphia when they lose against the Cowboys. Just kidding, they don't.
I don't even know what sport that's in reference to, and I don't want to know. Football. I see.
Yep.
Football, as I like to call it. But the point is, no, I think I said that exact thing on Wednesday. New York is a really good pick for it. It's just so bleak and awful, and everybody hates each other. And that makes it a perfect place for ghosts to feed off negative energy. It's kind of a veritable infinite well, if you really think about it.
Yeah.
Which leads me to ask the question, why didn't it, cause New York to erupt into just a goo central sooner in the movie.
They should do that here. Goo Central.
Goo
Pour slime
Central.
on people's
Yeah.
heads. That'd be kind of funny.
That'd be kind of fun. They do that
Like,
as
dude-
part of Glow Night.
Like, dude, Goo
Like-
Central.
Like,
What?
that sounds like a good idea.
Oh,
I'm thinking like Nickelodeon slime.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
somebody
yeah,
just
yeah,
shows
yeah,
up
yeah.
with
No,
a
they have to
bucket.
do it in the gym.
Yeah.
And like just dump it all over the basketball court, and you can like throw it at people.
Yeah.
That'd be so fun.
They do
Goo
that at-
Central.
They do that at the end for all the ASCWU representatives or something like that. It's just like, yay! I don't even
Yeah.
know why I brought up them specifically, but it feels
I
like
imagine them like in a meeting, and then somebody like comes up with a bucket and just dumps it on them. Yeah.
April Fool.
that is so off track. It is so off track. It's fine. It's fine. Getting on track is overrated.
Because I mean, like Ghostbusters 2, we really just kind of
I don't
talked
know.
about it.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Ghostbusters. Yeah.
This is
Honestly.
the
The
second
ghost got busted, dude.
Yeah.
It's the second Ghostbusters. You know, they did it again. Look at them. Wow. There really isn't much to say. I mean, there are 2 points that I want to bring up about Ghostbusters 2. And they're kind of a continuation of the 2 points I brought up with Ghostbusters 1. You know, so let's just cover them really quickly. I like the sort of villain in Ghostbusters 2 more than the environmental protection agent. He was the assistant to the mayor, and he's like, you can't talk to the mayor about ghost busting anymore because he's running for governor, and he can't be seen with the maniacs who run around shooting nuclear beams at stuff. I feel like that's more tangible than save the environment, at least. It has a more quantifiable thing of like, well, they caused this much money in property damage in the last movie and shut down this apartment complex and all that fun jazz that they did in the first movie. So we can't have you associating with the mayor anymore because he's trying to be governor of the state. I mean, regardless of personal opinion, I feel like that's a more tangible thing for a villain to pine after, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
I can see that, yeah.
I will also admit, though, that part of the reason I give him more props is because he's played by Kurt Fuller, and I like Kurt Fuller, so that's part of the reason.
But what if he was emptier?
If what? Kurt Fuller, Kurt Emptier. You're funny. You're very funny, man. So that's the
It's okay,
first
I'll
point
go.
I had. The second point was kind of an expansion of the second point about the original Ghostbusters, which was I thought that they should have had like more than 3 scenes of the ghosts attacking the New Yorkers. And in Ghostbusters 2, they have 4 scenes.
Wow.
Wow. Whoa. To be fair, I also think they were more creative with it. For those 4 instances, they have like a giant monster in front of the arches or something like that. They have the Titanic show back up in port, and it's like, well, it's better late than never that it shows up, which is a lot funnier. They have this woman's mink coat come back to life with a bunch of squirrels popping out, which
Yeah.
I think that's a lot funnier.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot more entertaining to watch.
They definitely got pretty creative with it. I have to agree.
I think that's. I can't remember
Yeah.
what the 4th one was, but you know. Sorry, I feel like I keep cutting you off.
Oh no,
Walter.
nothing. Actually don't remember too much about Ghostbusters 2
Right.
because I just watched it like not even a week ago.
Really?
Yeah.
And you don't remember it?
So I know the scene where it's like they're in the Statue of Liberty and they're like controlling it with like a Super Nintendo controller.
Yes.
And I thought that was pretty cool.
And
Yeah.
that's it.
That's about it. Yeah.
That's about it.
I don't know. You kind of took it home with like the squirrels and
Yeah. 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 No.
It's the Titanic.
I will say that there's when they start piloting the Statue of Liberty, it is weird that Bill Murray just starts flirting with her.
yeah.
But I mean, it's also Bill Murray. It's kind of expected at this point that he'd do something like that. So I could complain.
What a silly dude.
What a silly dude. I just gotta admit he's a silly dude and just kind of move on from there. So I think we've kind of covered everything there is to say about Ghostbusters 2, honestly.
Oh, here's one thing I found was kind of interesting. You said it's on Peacock and Hulu.
Oh,
So like that's kind of strange because I thought it was just going to be on Peacock because it's like owned by that company.
I should
not
clarify.
Disney.
I should clarify, actually.
Okay.
When I say that, I mean It's the usual Hulu or Amazon thing where they say it's available on their service, but you have to get Peacock through Hulu.
Oh, I
and
see.
that kind of thing.
Oh, so it
I
is.
should clarify that. I don't.
Well, no, it's nothing on you. I'm just stupid when it comes to streaming services because they've been doing all these mergers and like
Yeah.
you can get Disney Plus and Hulu because Disney owns Hulu, but and like ABC News and like what? I don't know.
My favorite streaming service is the Internet Archive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even about Ghostbusters 2. I guess I'm just complaining about how media has become so centralized in like 3 companies.
Yeah, let's not get into that. Otherwise, I'll get really, really depressed, and we won't even be having any more fun. Let's have some fun ripping into a movie.
Okay.
Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next movie that we're going to talk
all know
about.
what this is.
Ghostbusters from 2016,
Yeah.
which I got to look up where that's available to watch because I didn't.
Nowhere.
It doesn't exist. You can't watch it anymore.
Yeah, they like deleted that movie.
Only on a DVD in the garage of a Pakistani grandmother living in northern India.
So specific.
You're going to get a kick out of this. It is available to watch on Hulu with a subscription, not through Peacock.
Wow.
That's
So-
that's where you can watch.
Not even the guys
Ghostbusters
on
2016.
Peacock wanted it. They're like,
No.
here you go, Disney.
Here you go. Yeah, you take it.
It's like the
Fair enough.
the chum bucket. Here you go. Have whatever that is.
Yeah. Anyways,
Hermes.
so that's this Ghostbusters from 2016. It follows 4 women who start a ghostbusting business in New York City. Yippee! Never heard that plot before.
Yeah.
Never.
It's definitely not the original plot, just with women instead.
Yeah, no.
Totally not.
think-
Totally not at all.
I gotta
Okay.
bite my tongue.
You know, I'm going to start off real strong here.
Okay.
My impression of watching...
PRs here.
Bro, come on.
You said starting off strong.
Oh, you're
I'll stop.
Yeah.
I'll stop. I'll cut it out.
My initial impression of Ghostbusters 2016 is that it feels like an emotional breakdown where you start off genuinely laughing at stuff and then you just generally transition into crying your eyes out. That's what this movie feels like in a nutshell to me.
Okay.
Do either of you agree with that?
Yeah, I guess.
What are you laughing at?
No, it's just the comparison is just too funny. I think I can kind of see it. It's like, oh wow, what a great premise. But what? You just kind of lose all words by the end of it. You just go,
Ooh.
what the heck?
Yeah, no, that's...
What was all that time for?
Yeah, totally. That's absolutely how I felt. I feel like I want to retroactively go back and give this a 3 out of 10 instead of a 4 out of 10.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reduced it.
Yeah.
Sure.
The one and only time I've ever seen Ghostbusters 2016 was in the theater, like when it was in the theater.
Right.
Duh.
In the theater.
Yeah. In 2016 , which was 9 years ago. Yeah.
It's almost 10 years ago, guys.
Almost 10 years. Yeah.
We've only got like 2 and some odd amount of
But
days,
yeah,
months
I
left.
saw it in the theater with my dad, and I'm like, this movie sucks.
Yeah.
This movie like sucks, and I was just like, man, I wasted my afternoon.
Yeah. I think we gotta acknowledge that there was a big buzz around the time in 2016 era
Yes.
YouTube or just internet in general, where it became a whole gender specific issue with them casting women in the main roles. And one thing I harped on very hard on Wednesday was it has nothing to do with the fact that they recast them with women. It has everything to do with the fact that the movie just sucks.
Yeah.
What I was thinking to myself was, if they had recast it with new male actors, it still would have sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The script was just that bad. The production value was just that low, and they just did not feel like a movie that understood its legacy and did not understand how to capitalize on the first movie or even the second movie in any capacity.
I'm with you, Walter. I've only seen the movie once, and that was in the theater.
Yep.
And back in 2016, which is almost 10 years ago now. And, well, gosh, when I come to think of it, right, it feels like they were really honestly trying. Like, the longer I think about it, it's just the original plot of the movie. It's the original movie, but, like, if you made it, instead of sculpting it out of clay, you sculpted it out of, like, cream cheese. It's like, oh, yeah, it vaguely looks like it, but it's just so sloppy. It's like, oh, yeah, it's the guy and his fat best friend get into fighting ghosts at the library, and then they recruit some crazy glasses-wearing nerd, and, oh, then the fourth character, they go and get the firehouse with the weird secretary, and then they get the hearse that gets all decked out, and then there just happens to be our fourth Ghostbuster comes along and he's like, hey, I want to join the Ghostbusters, and then the ghosts get let out and they start possessing people, and it's the same villain from before, and it's I don't even remember.
Yeah, okay, that was something I wanted to bring up. It's actually worse than just the original plot of the first movie, because the villain has no introduction, just shows up and is just a weird possessed guy. It's like if what's his name? What's the name of the guy who played Dark Helmet in the Mel Brooks movie Spaceballs? He was the one who got possessed.
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis, thank you. It's like if Rick Moranis just showed up rather than being a character from the beginning, who was like stalking Sigourney Weaver. Instead, he just shows up in a cafe one day and acts weird, and he's just they'd never say what thing is possessing him.
Yeah.
And he just has a big machine that has all the ghosts in it, and it's like, oh, open the mirror dimension or something like that. That's what this movie has, which is so much worse than the villain in the original movie, because Gozer was a much better villain. Gozer was interesting. There was like a lore and backstory to Gozer. Even though it was kind of minimal, it didn't need to be anything like knock out of the park.
Yeah.
But they did at least some amount of effort in giving it some exposition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like you're about to say something.
Oh, I was thinking of something totally different.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, at least I didn't scare it out of you again. I always tend to scare it out of you again.
Yeah.
Usually. I usually just ask, you look like you're about to say something, and then you go, darn it. You just scared it out of me. Well, I mean, thinking about something completely different, that is definitely the kind of experience you get watching 2016 Ghostbusters.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I was just bringing up the comparison because it's literally, they try to hit the same beats, but it's just done like you're dragging your feet. It's like, you guys ever been on like morphine or whatnot, like painkillers? Where it's just like your whole body feels like it's in that sleeping state.
Oh yeah, I have.
It feels like it feels like when your foot's asleep, but just your whole body from your head to your toes. And you like try and move around, and you're just like,
yeah.
Or like after you get your wisdom teeth pulled out, and you're just like,
yeah, that was
like
me.
That's just Ghostbusters 2016. It's like if you'd put it feels like if you read the plot to somebody, if you played a game of telephone with the original script of Ghostbusters from the 80s, and then the guy at the end had just gotten his wisdom teeth removed and was writing down notes, and then was like, here you go. And there's like, this is beautiful, thank you. We're gonna make so much money, Sponge Boy me Bob.
I want to add to that interpretation a little bit. I want to kind of modify it or amend it in a way.
Okay.
I don't think it was the full original script. I think it was the original script with every other page removed. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can picture that in your head, Walter?
Yeah.
Think of that mental image.
I know ChatGPT didn't exist in 2016, but imagine if they like told ChatGPT to like, hey, can you like rewrite the original Ghostbusters, but like change it up a little bit to make it look like I didn't copy paste it?
Hold on. I'm gonna ask Chat that exact question,
Yeah.
and we'll see what it picks up.
Change it up a little bit to make it look like I didn't copy paste it, or
Can
you
you-
know,
Yeah, or like
try and
make some massive change, but like not to the plot.
write the original Ghostbusters from memory. You know.
Yeah, like make a understanding of the original Ghostbusters with like one big thing changed about it, but not to the plot. And it's like, oh, it puts women in instead. It's like, okay, that you've done that. Congratulations. I think the only part of this movie I liked is the part where the blonde Ghostbuster woman pulls out 2 electro pistols and starts shooting ghosts. That's the only part I liked.
Yeah.
And that's because it's cool, and she's like unhinged and crazy, and she's actually kind of talented in comparison to the other actresses who just weren't being talented at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll probably I'll probably have to see what happens like when the break goes, but I'm gonna put in the prompt. Can you write the original Ghostbusters, but like change it up a bit so it's not the original and like change it up?
And like change it up. Just
Change it up.
Just change it up. Let me see. Did I have anything else I really wanted to say?
Chris Hemsworth's character was weird. I didn't like him.
I thought he was funny because he said his dog's name was my cat, so it sounded like he was saying my cat. When he's like, "Can I bring my cat to work?" And he also said, "Did you know that an aquarium is a submarine for a fish?"
I forgot about that. Okay, that's kind of funny.
That's kind of funny.
I had the what was it? My sister got the Ecto 1 Lego set for this.
Yeah.
And I got the Lego Dimensions set for it. So we had all the Ghostbusters, but we don't have any of the Ghostbusters, like
None of the originals.
Bill Murray and whatnot. They're floating around somewhere. We used to use the little demon that came with the Lego set as just like cannon fodder. He was the crooked little minion who always got his
What?
stuff kicked in.
Yeah, totally.
I can't say the word I was going to use.
Yeah.
You just have Melissa McCarthy as a Lego figure.
Yeah, I guess so. She came with like the Chinese restaurant or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh wow, I have a Chinese restaurant now.
Yay. Aren't
Orange chicken.
Ridiculous. Well, I think we've harped on it long enough. I was hoping we could like rip into it, but I think we're just done. We were already done
been
after
10 years.
Yeah.
Man.
We've seen it once.
There's
We've
like
all
10,000 YouTube video essays that do the exact same
rip
thing.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say though most of them, if they say it's because they cast them as women, it's like disregard that opinion immediately because it's too stupid to really give your time to. If they're like breaking down the actual flaws from a technical perspective, pay attention to that a lot more. That's one thing I just want to really put out there is don't hate the movie because it's got women. Hate it because it's a bad movie.
Yeah.
That's the tagline.
And yeah, the acting just wasn't fantastic.
No, they definitely didn't do themselves any favors, but
But it's not because it's
not because they're women.
It just would have been bad.
It just would have been bad either way. So there's that. All right, we're going to go to break. And when we come back, we are going to possibly jump into Ghostbusters Afterlife and some other things. So stick around. 88.1 The Burg, your movie central. Welcome back to What to Watch Weekends. My name is Nathan.
My name could be Walter.
It could be.
And perhaps my name is Noah.
Perhaps my name is Nate instead. Welcome
Nate
back.
the Great. Big Nate.
Big Nate, yeah, right. Anyways, welcome
was
back,
him.
everybody. So, we've been talking about Ghostbusters movies this entire time so far, and we're going to continue that trend by talking about some more Ghostbusters stuff. Although, rather than jump into the next movie that came after the 2016 Ghostbusters, I think we have an interesting thing to cover because
Oh, dear.
this is what's wonderful about having two other people on board and having two people that I'm friends with and know their different personalities. Walter mentioned that the 2016 Ghostbusters. How about you say what?
Yeah. What did I say? I was like, oh, it felt like if you were to ask ChatGPT to like, hey, can you generate the story to the original Ghostbusters, but like change it up a little bit?
Yeah.
To make it look like you're not doing the same thing.
Yep. And Noah took it upon himself to actually go to the real ChatGPT.
Yeah, it's right here.
And do that
right here,
exact
guys.
thing. Before we go, I want to give the disclaimer. He did use ChatGPT for this. I
did.
usually don't have I
Yeah.
usually have problems with AI, but at the same time, this is funny.
This
We're
is
doing
really
it for the
funny.
funny. This is one time.
This
It's
is
probably
for
a
the fun.
one-off thing.
Oh
Probably
yeah,
will never happen again.
Yeah.
Don't
But
worry.
I just had to. I just my fingers were itching to see what kind of moldy disaster ChatGPT was about to barf into our ears.
Yeah. Do you want to read this, or do you want me to read it?
Well,
You
because
be
it
honest.
generated the team, and then I asked it to generate a story based on the team.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So here we go. So the title. Or should I save the title for later?
No, you should start now.
All right.
Start
So the
with
title is Spectre Solutions LLC. Only
Awesome
on,
start.
Only on Fox, Monday nights at 9.
Awesome
Tone,
start.
offbeat, deadpan comedy with supernatural workplace absurdity. Setting, present-day city that's a little too normal to have a ghost problem, but does. The team, Nora Brandt, the reluctant founder, once a parapsychology grad student, now an underemployed researcher who started the ghost-catching business mostly for the tax write-offs. Calm to the point of eerie, keeps a customer satisfaction whiteboard that hasn't been updated in months. Omar Patel, the tech guy, builds gadgets out of refurbished vape pens and Bluetooth speakers.
No way.
Claims to have patented ectoplasmic Wi-Fi interference theory.
Are you sure you don't want me to read this? Because you're laughing.
Nobody has verified this. Jesse Wu, the intern, actually believes in ghosts. Took the job thinking it was paranormal activism. Keeps trying to unionize the 3-person staff.
No way.
Frank DaCosta, the muscle, used to be a mall cop. Thinks every haunting is, quote, just a gas leak or a squirrel. Still carries a taser, quote, just in case.
What is he, Paul Blart?
What?
I guess
Yeah.
so. So here's the story of Spectre Solutions LLC. The log line is, when a group of burnt-out oddballs running a failing ghost removal startup accidentally unleash the spirit of a disgraced tech mogul, they must overcome their own apathy, bureaucracy, and moral laziness to stop his spectral startup from franchising the afterlife.
Okay, the first sentence of that sounded kind of interesting because it sounded like we were starting the story a bit later, unlike the original Ghostbusters, where it's like they get fired from their jobs and then start the ghost hunting business, and then they go through the steps of running the business, stuff like that. It sounds like we're starting more right with them having the business and then going out of business, kind of a thing.
So.
Yeah.
Which sounds
'Cause
more
it's-
interesting, but at the same time, it now all I can picture is them fighting the ghost of Elon Musk with vape pens with batteries duct taped to them or something like that, and it's just like that's dumb.
Not even a ghost. He's just a computer virus.
Oh yeah, no. This
Yeah.
this story gets crazy. It's got a big long.
I only have so much time left in my life.
Let me
man.
see. Let's make it into a treatment, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a treatment after hearing this. That's for sure.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Okay, thematic summary.
This is the problem with ChatGPT. It just gives you too much.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah, okay, yeah, it just keeps yapping.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
just-
close
yeah.
that out. So
Yeah.
pretty much, I'll summarize the story. So the Spectre Solutions is dying.
Uh-huh.
Nora Brandt's dream of legitimizing ghost research has devolved into clearing out haunted Airbnbs and doing birthday appearances.
That's from the second movie, though.
They-
Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson show up at some kid's birthday party.
You know, the EctoNet sparks more fires, blah, 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 blah. They get a break when Mayor Lutz calls. Strange glowing drones are haunting City Hall, whispering ad slogans and glitching out TVs.
Whoa.
It's not ghosts. It's residual digital consciousness, the echo of dead tech mogul Gregory Vance, founder of the megacorp New Life. They
Oh, you
accidentally... Wait. Here's one of the best lines. They accidentally reboot him. Welcome to Fortnite Season 7. Woo!
There's no way it says that.
They accidentally reboot him.
No, I mean the Fortnite part.
No, I added that in.
Okay. I was about to be
he
like...
creates New Life Plus, an afterlife as a service, converting human souls into ad-fueled data packets.
You know what? We're going to stop right
Yeah.
there. We're going to stop right there.
Yeah, so...
No.
I think... Which one is worse?
Which, 2016 or that?
Yeah.
That.
Absolutely. Thank you.
That's like, I don't know.
That
like,
was genuinely horrendous.
Yeah. The problem is that it already took stuff from the Ghostbusters movies anyways. Didn't really change up certain things and just put them in the wrong order.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
It said it was like Ghostbusters plus The Office plus like something else. And I just went...
In fairness, that could work. The problem is that I don't think anybody's really that competent of a writer to make it work.
I don't think anybody wants to watch Ghost Elon Musk possess, Omar Patel's computer.
No.
yeah.
What is this, Silicon Valley? No, thank you.
Okay. Also, I think it's kind of funny that they are reusing the last names of oddly prominent political figures like Kash Patel, something Vance. Like,
Oh, yeah, that's a good
that's
point.
weird, bro.
We're not going to get into that.
We're not going to get into that, but AI is not original. I think that's the point we can make. AI
Yeah,
is
well,
not
we
very
already
original.
knew that. I will say they did mention that they're marketing the Afterlife as a ad packet.
Yeah,
which
it's converting human souls into advertisements.
well, I mean, they mentioned the Afterlife specifically, which is a good thing because we're going to be moving on to our next movie, Ghostbusters Afterlife.
you
from
were slick with that. You were
Yes,
slick
thank
with
you. Ghostbusters Afterlife from 2021.
Oh.
Excuse me. Available to watch on Stars with a Z. Don't worry. We're not going to go any further than that. Okay, so the basic plot summary of Ghostbusters Afterlife. It follows the daughter of Egon Spengler from the first movie, who has been estranged from her father. And after he dies, she must go to his ranch in the middle of nowhere and reclaim it because they're running low on money. Meantime, her son and daughter start to uncover the truth about their lives and understand that they are the descendants of a Ghostbuster. Yeah, that's the basics of it.
Yeah.
I didn't write it down, but I kind of just Frankenstein that together because the plot is, granted, it's not the same as Ghostbusters 2016 where they just did the plot of the first movie again. So there's at least that much. Let me see here. Okay. Have you two seen this movie?
No,
I did.
I haven't. I
You
totally forgot this movie even came out.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah.
I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, what'd you think of it?
Well, I mean, how much of it have you already talked about, like the basic plot of it before?
Well, that's what I just
You
did.
just did.
Oh, I meant like, never mind. I was talking about like spoiler kind of stuff, but I guess that's kind of why people are watching this show.
Yeah, no, What to Watch Weekends, we spoil stuff. So
Okay,
go ahead.
so here we go. I mean, I watched it in theaters with a buddy of mine and, our respective families. I mean, it was okay. It's not like fantastic. I thought it was interesting that they had Paul Rudd cast as the Rick Moranis kind of character. He's
Yeah.
not like the Rick Moranis character, but he has the same role of, he gets attacked by the hounds of Gozer, who comes back.
Right.
And I thought it was sort of interesting that they tied in the fact that Harold Ramis died.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, well, here's the other Ghostbusters, and they're all like really old and like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. But we gotta do it for Egon just one more time. And then when he force ghosts his way in, it's like, whoa! I think it's a fun. Like I said before, it's a one-watch movie. You watch it one time, you feel like, oh my gosh, it's Harold Ramis, whoa, and oh my gosh, it's Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
It's all the Ghostbusters, they're all here. Everybody's here.
Sound like such a fangirl with that high pitch there.
And then that's really all it's got. It's not like it does anything I think it knows what it is.
Yeah.
And it's, it's a nostalgia hype ride. And I think it does that pretty well. It's not trying to really change much, which I think is, it tries to change so little that it just has the same villain as the first movie again.
Yeah.
And kind of the same plot. Not really, but it feels like if you mashed the concept of Force Awakens to Ghostbusters, it's like a new age revival, but it's kind of the same plot as the first movie.
Yeah, but I'd say it's almost that mixed with like a almost Goonies coming of age type of thing.
Yeah, because that was the movie that like with all the kids in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Goonies never say die.
Well, I mean,
Not Goonies, but this Ghostbusters.
Yeah. This is the one with all the kids in it. I will say, weirdly enough, I found the kid played by Finn Wolfhard to be the most annoying. I actually found him very annoying for the first 40 minutes, and then he got not annoying by the end. But
Finn Wolfhard.
he's in Stranger Things. That's all I know.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go look him up.
I'll put it this way: I weirdly didn't find the little kid who carried around a microphone and just over narrated everything, whose nickname was Podcast, to be that annoying. Weirdly enough, which it could be because I just found Finn Wolfhard so much more annoying, but I actually found that kid kind of endearing, and his relationship with the main character, that of Phoebe, was actually kind of cute. So it was like, okay, whatever. What's so funny?
Paul Rudd played a character named Mr. Gruberson.
His name was Gary Gruberson.
Gary Gruberson.
Well, I think it was Gary. That sounds about right.
It just says Mr. Gruberson on
I mean,
Google.
he's actually pretty good in the movie as well.
But yeah, I think the strongest point was seeing, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Ernie Hudson all together again.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I am Iron Man. I think it was like one of the last movies of that kind of age of movies, where it's like super hyper, like nostalgia. Remember this thing? Because afterwards, everything just kind of...
I mean, okay, here's the thing. Here's an interesting comparison, and we'll see how much you two agree with this. I would compare Ghostbusters Afterlife favorably to any of the Jurassic World sequels. I think Ghostbusters Afterlife does a much better job at paying homage to the original series than the Star Wars sequels or the Jurassic World movies that followed, especially the most recent Jurassic World movie. I think Ghostbusters Afterlife is far more enjoyable than the newest Jurassic World, and I think it's better than especially Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker in terms of keeping the achievements of the original characters intact, but bringing in the new generation.
No, you have a point there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely have mixed feelings when it comes to the Jurassic World movies, because especially with Jurassic World Dominion, I didn't see Rebirth. I haven't seen that one.
It's fine.
But I know, just like, again, it's that really where it's like the first remake is really cool, and then the next one's just sort of, it just falls off.
I haven't seen any of the Jurassic World movies. How many are there?
There's
a
4
lot
now.
There's another one that's like coming out soon, or maybe
One that came out
They've got
recently.
the 3 Jurassic Parks and 4 Jurassic Worlds, plus the TV show on Netflix.
Yeah. There's just these things, they just have too much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For what they are. Like, this is coming from a Godzilla fan. You know this already. And somebody who watches, like, giant monster movies where there's, like, either 15 or 30 in the series. And it's like, that's arguably too much, but you enjoy it because of nostalgia. And I could understand the nostalgia argument for something like Ghostbusters, but at the same time, it's like, how much are you going to capitalize on before you just realize you don't have any more stories to tell?
Yeah.
With something like this, it was so self-contained that in comparison to something like Star Wars, where it's a galaxy far, far away with multiple planets, where you could just make an entire series without any of the main characters, you have Ghostbusters, which is about 4 dudes in New York stopping ghosts. Like, what are they going to do? Introduce the French Ghostbusters or something like that?
Like,
you could do that.
Ghostbusters.
What?
Les Ghostbusters.
Les Ghostbusters. And then they go to Britain. Oi, oi, oi! It's the Ghostbusters.
No.
It's the Ghostbusters over there.
You go to, I don't even know.
They go to Germany. It's the Ghostbusters. I found my sauerkraut.
Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah. See, this is why they don't do things like that, because it's just stupid at that point.
But, like, I don't know. They could have, if they did it in, like, I don't know, they could have gone in, like, California, go after, like, the Fresno Nightcrawlers or something like that. Like, there's so much with, I think, they could have taken it in the direction of, like, oh, here's American folklore. Here's, like, I don't know, you could go with, like, old
Bigfoot
spirits.
busters.
Bigfoot, you know?
Yeah.
You can make it so that, like, all these cryptids were actually ghosts, and then it's, like, a little ghosty, a little cryptidy, and whatnot. But it's just generic spooky guy.
I'm going to...
And Slimer! Oh!
I'm going to bring up this much. When it comes to cryptids and Bigfoot and stuff, personally, I would prefer that they do another Indiana Jones movie about that stuff than Ghostbusters. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know why. I feel like I just would rather see Indiana Jones do stuff like that. I just like the Indiana Jones series more than Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I think
he likes Indiana Jones, guys.
I like Indiana Jones. What's not to like about it? It's got Harrison Ford.
Dial of Destiny.
Dial of Destiny. I haven't seen that one because I watched Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and I was like, oh, that sucked.
It was just kind of sad. It's like, oh,
Hey,
just
look
let
at-
him retire.
We do have an interesting tie-in because it's about the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and Dan Aykroyd, who was involved with Ghostbusters, made Crystal Head vodka. That's a funny.
Yo, it's all connected.
Whoa, it's all connected.
Oh my gosh, was this actually planned from the start?
No way.
Oh, it was set up kind of like Palpatine's return. Kind of like
Somehow Dan Aykroyd made Crystal Head vodka.
somehow Gozer has returned.
Ridiculous.
That's pretty much how it goes. Just
Yeah,
a
I
little.
mean, I will give them credit. At least they're doing what worked in the first movie, unlike just making a big slime pit or, whatever the villain in the 2016 movie was.
Wasn't it the actual Ghostbusters logo that he managed? He doesn't even become the
Yeah, that was
Stay
the
Puft
only cool part
Marshmallows?
about him in the 2016
But he had like
movie.
sharp teeth, so he's scary.
Yeah. It looked like a big Oogie Boogie from Night Before Christmas. I'm going to be honest with you.
My bugs.
It's just a big Oogie Boogie at the end of the day. Big Oogie Boogie, Walter.
Yeah.
Big Oogie Boogie.
The Googie Boogie. I think we've said everything there is to say about Afterlife, honestly. I will say it was emotional seeing Harold Ramis again, and I will say quite an innovative take of making a Ghostbuster into a ghost. They really thought their way through that.
Imagine if he got busted.
I was half
Now we have Egon with us forever. And
I was half
ever
expecting at the end of the movie for them to just turn around and like start blasting him with the
Imagine-
proton pack.
Yeah, imagine like, I don't know, just like a Bill Murray ghost and just keeping him like in a jar just on your desk. Be like, haha, idiot, you're in a jar. And then like you
It's
shake,
like the head from-
shake him up, you
It's
know?
like the head from Futurama or something.
Yeah.
It's his back bling when they
He's
get
just
added
there.
to Fortnite.
He's just there. He's just
I mean, if you
there.
think about it, I guess it's kind of because did they do that thing where it's like a CGI deep fake? Because I don't know.
It was 2021, so it wasn't as advanced as something that they did for.
But like that's what they did for like Carrie Fisher in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, but that was done with like archived footage, I think, to my knowledge.
No, they used her daughter and like had
Oh,
deep fake.
In that case,
stuff
yes, I think it
over.
was because it said in the cast that they used somebody else for
Yeah,
Egon
it's
as well.
Billy Lord. But yeah, it's interesting. So do they technically have like his face just forever? I mean, I know it's in the film reels, but it's
Yeah.
like that's kind of weird.
Yeah, you just have somebody's
You
face.
just
and
have somebody's likeness like just sitting in a jar, just like that's Harold Ramis right there.
That's way too much of a moral conversation for us to get into right now.
Well, I'm just saying it.
Oh no, it is weird. It is definitely
It's
weird.
a little strange.
It is definitely a little
You
weird.
have to wonder, like, what are they going to do to, like, I don't know, Timothy Chalamet? Are they just
Let's
gonna-
not get into that. I don't want to picture what happens there. I really don't want to picture what happens there. We are going to go to break. And when we come back, we are going to kind of surprise people with something interesting. So stick around to see what that's going to be. It's not going to be anything Ghostbusters related because I want to close out with something different tonight. So stick around. 88.1 The Burg, your movie central. Welcome back to What to Watch Weekends. My name is Nathan.
My name is Walter.
Walter. And my name is Noah.
Welcome back once again. So we've spent most of the time talking about Ghostbusters, and I'll be honest.
One Ghostbuster.
What?
There's one left, but it's like watched on an airplane.
Yeah, we'll just let me just pull it up really quickly just so I can do the whole.
I saw it on an airplane, and I think I can summarize my thoughts on it pretty well.
Okay,
And then we can kind of tie it into what we're going to talk about next.
Yeah, so I haven't seen this movie, but the next movie we're going to talk about is Ghostbusters Frozen Empire from 2024. Available to watch on Netflix if you want to. I'm going to look at the plot summary really quickly.
And we're off to the races.
It sounds exact. So the plot is basically the Spengler family goes to New York and they get the firehouse, and then there's a big bad that shows up. Is that basically the plot?
Yeah, it's like if evil Elsa from Frozen, like if Elsa from Frozen became evil and a ghost, and then they were fighting her in New York, and she's like freezing people.
I see.
It's like the fall off between Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, or Godzilla versus Kong and Godzilla Kong the New Empire. It's like it's funny slop, but it's like you cannot watch it. It becomes unwatchable after a point. It's like, what's even going on? What's happening here, man? My brain has melted out of my ears. It's crawled to the cargo hold and is waiting for this movie to be over.
Right. And I mean, that's because you watched it on an airplane.
Yeah, I watched it on an airplane, and then I watched Godzilla and Kong. I had more fun with Godzilla and Kong because I like those movies.
Yeah.
And it feels more like Showa. But the fall off, because Ghostbusters didn't really have that fall off.
No.
I mean, like 2016 was bad, but it wasn't like...
At times it was, but you know.
It was not a turn your brain off movie. It was bad to the point where it's like, why?
Yeah.
It wasn't bad to the point you just...
That's a good point. Yeah. I will say Ghostbusters 2016, excuse me, it definitely kind of forced your brain to stay on and then like made it glaze over while it kept it on, which wasn't fun, but you know.
Yeah.
I was getting a headache at one point while watching that movie.
That's really all to say about Frozen Empire. I mean, like,
It's a movie that exists.
Yeah, it just kind of exists. It's like, okay, I'm sure somebody liked it. It made some money.
Sure.
It's got an okay score, I think. Maybe. Not really. It doesn't look... Never mind. I was kind of lying about that. I don't really know. I don't really read critic scores.
Yeah, you should.
But it was just like, I mean, watch it on an airplane if you want to fall asleep. Go ahead.
Oh, that's a very good endorsement, actually. Watch it on a plane if you want to fall asleep.
Yeah, like... And then some kid kicks the back of your chair and you want to just dump your pretzels on him. But anyways, speaking of bad sequels and dinosaurs and whatnot, well, not really a bad sequel. But you were going to talk about something kind of cool.
Well, we're gonna talk about a couple things. Let me think here. Let me flip a coin really quickly.
Oh, put your thinking cap on.
What? Let me see. Okay.
Heads.
So, we're gonna start off with a movie that Walter and I have seen, and then we're gonna move into a movie I saw this year, just for the fun of it. Because this is weekends, I can just kind of mess around however much I want and just do unrelated things.
It's not even 10 o'clock. You can just keep going. Because it's like 10 o'clock. You're supposed to be out of here, but...
Yeah, but we started at 4. It's only a 2-hour show.
Yeah.
And there is a show that goes from 8 to 10 on Sundays, so we can't get in the way of that. So we're going to spend the next 15 minutes. You enjoying making that noise?
I mean, if they just don't conveniently show up.
You know,
We
if
could always just lock the door. Not like they have to do
What are they gonna do?
No,
what are they going to do?
I'll be honest as well.
Hey, let us in!
I will also be honest. I'm not going to want to spend any more time after talking about these two movies. So let's
fair.
Let's do this.
I'm
So
being facetious. I'm sorry.
I get you. So we're going to start off with a movie known, again, this is just random movie reviews. So I wanted to talk about them. We're going to talk about them. Here's the first movie. It is called Black Friday from 2001. It's available apparently to rent off of Amazon. I don't know how true that is because the way I watched this movie was by a VHS that I bought at Goodwill.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So the plot summary of Black Friday.
That's how you know it's good.
What? Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's great, and by that I mean oh no.
Oh my
So-
gosh, it's got a 3.1.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the plot first. So Black Friday follows a lawyer named Dean Campbell who returns back to his house to find out that his house is being taken over by terrorists, and the government now wants to assassinate him, and he wants to go and save his family from the terrorists who are going to set off a nuclear bomb. This is the plot of a movie, by the way. Okay.
Oh, another thing.
Yeah.
So I remember the start of the movie. Dean,
Yes.
the guy who's the lawyer, was part of this like terrorist crew.
Yes.
But then he like quit because he's like, I don't love the game no more, right?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
This was back before they became terrorists. They were like soldiers in a unspecified
I thought they
war.
were like it was like they were like goons, like
Yes.
mafia level.
They were like they went to assassinate a dictator. Is what
Yeah.
it was.
Boss, we got him right here.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
gonna be sleeping with the fishies tonight.
No, it wasn't even that. It was like
Oh.
think of like a paramilitary organization sort of a thing where they're
Yeah.
like wearing masks over their faces
Oh.
and like stopping a limo in the middle of traffic. It's oh man. Okay, where do we start with this?
The cover.
The cover. Thank you, Walter.
He's blue.
I can. You can pull up a picture, but like
yeah.
I know on the cover there's like Chinese symbols, and it's like the lawyer's holding a katana,
Yeah.
which
What?
never happened.
Nope.
Why is he blue?
And why is he blue?
I think it's meant to be like a rainy thing, like a
Ba-ba-dee-da-ba-da.
color palette type of a
Like,
thing.
put on Eiffel 65, bro. Literally. Get
Yeah.
this guy in the blue man group.
I'm blue, da boo dee da boo die.
Like, who let this guy out of Smurfville? What the heck?
yeah,
I don't know. This is I mean,
Influencer Smurf over here.
the cover is part of the reason I bought the movie because it looked kind of cool.
yeah.
But I mean,
Like so during the intro, it's like, oh, directed by this guy with partnership of, some guy who was like, oh, he's like what did they say? Like a keto fight coordinator or something like
something
that.
like that.
Like jujitsu fight coordinator.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like super specific.
I don't even
That's
remember
kinda
that.
funny.
Yeah.
What I remember is the choreography in this movie that is supposed to be like an action thriller.
Yeah.
Is abysmal.
Oh.
Like there's a part where there's a part where he does this like jump and just like smacks some guy on the head,
Yeah.
and it's ridiculous. Let me make sure you turn down a little because you're cackling like a witch over there, buddy boy. I gotta make sure we're not blowing out the audience's ears, especially if they're driving in their car.
Yeah.
Choreography is abysmal. Acting is obviously terrible.
Oh,
Bad. Yeah.
It's just okay. We were getting like confused pretty frequently.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't tell that the lawyer was supposed to be like a soldier. They did not set it up all that well.
Oh my god! And there were so many scenes where it was like the mixing was bad, and it was like
Yeah.
the music was louder than the voices.
Yeah.
and it's
wait,
like,
wait,
what are they
did,
saying?
Did they break the 180 rule like multiple times in the
didn't-
same scene?
No, I didn't notice that because at times there was parts where the camera framing was so bad that it was like the half of somebody's face
Yeah.
on like the left side of the screen, and not even like an artistic way. It was just like a badly controlled camera was just cutting off half of some dude's face. I mean, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like cinematography wise, it was just there was like one good shot for every 30 bad ones.
Chopped.
So
Absolutely.
I remember
chopped.
there was the one scene where the lawyer was talking to a guy in prison, but
Yeah.
they weren't at a prison. They were
Yeah.
just like sitting.
He was visiting.
Yeah.
He was visiting. They were sitting on a park bench.
They were just
right?
like on a bench.
Yeah,
somewhere.
so the thing about this scene
Yeah.
that drove us crazy was
It just kept like focusing on the one guy's chin.
or his shoulder.
Or
It was
like-
just
or like
on
over
his
the shoulder.
It was over the shoulder, but it was his shoulder was the focus of the shot.
Yeah.
And it gets worse. It gets so much worse than that. There was so this was like his old war buddy who was in prison for like the stuff they did, right? And he goes to visit him in prison, and the warden tells him, you got 15 minutes to talk.
And here's the thing: the scene actually went on for 15 minutes.
It went on for 10, but
Yeah.
still, yes, it went on. In the movie's defense, it was like 10,
Yeah.
but it was 10 real life minutes.
It was almost like second for second, match
Yes.
for match.
Yes.
Oh, brother.
And we were just talking over it because we were like trying to figure out where the plot was at this stage
We're
in
like,
time.
what's even going on
What
here?
we
Like,
were-
what's the point of this?
We were trying to figure out the plot, and then by the end of it, we're yelling at the screen, "Get to the end already!" Because it had been going for an actual 10 minutes, and we were just so tired by that point.
Gosh.
We haven't even gotten into some of the worst parts of this
No.
movie. So let's start off with something smaller. The palette of this movie, the
Oh,
color
he's
palette.
blue.
The color,
man.
yeah.
Okay, the cover is so misleading. I'm gonna get rid of this image
He's
actually.
blue, yeah.
He's blue, man.
Okay, the color palette of this movie is so bad. Think about when they first capture him, the government first takes him in to assassinate him. They go into this overly clinically white office building with like a almost purplish carpet
Ew.
in a way. And then after he disarms the people who are trying to kill him,
And it was like a parking garage, but everything had this like green,
it was like Matrix-
tint to it.
Matrix
like,
green
yeah, like
tint.
a Fallout 3
Yeah,
green
Like
tint
someone
to
had
it.
sneezed all over it.
yeah, it was it cut from white office to that.
To that.
And keep in mind the office scene was hilarious because you remember this, right?
Yeah.
There was a part where he just shoots a gun and it's just a white flash for the gunshot. They just
Yeah.
put in this awful noise of it, and it's did he just shoot somebody? I can't even tell. I'm disoriented after that bright.
Yeah, and on top of that, the colors were just so inconsistent.
Yeah.
It would go from scene to scene, and it would be like, oh, this scene is green. Next one, orange. Next one,
yeah.
back to white, and then back to green.
And then and already it was filmed on low quality 2001 digital cameras, so it's
Yeah.
made everybody's skin look extra pink. And then inside the house it's this weird cobalt blue, and it's awful. And then at some point he meets his prison buddy in the house. It's we're gonna work together, and it's his friend now has a beard. And it's okay, is this the same character that he saw in prison for 10 minutes? What's the point of this? I think the worst. There's so many good highlights here.
Yeah.
So keep in mind. Oh, I forgot about the computer. Do you remember the computer?
Oh. Yeah, the computer, and then there was the timer, and it's
Oh,
but it
we have
was
so much more to talk
So
about.
it's like if the worst of Michael Bay, I'm talking Transformers 5, The Last Night, meets German Impressionist film.
No, it's like if it ate 2001 Attitude is what it was.
yeah.
Trying to be the Matrix type of a thing, and
Well, I remember the whole intro sequence was what would you call that? It was like a collage or a
it was,
a PowerPoint.
yeah, it
almost,
was a PowerPoint
of
presentation.
just pictures of
Government buildings,
government
and
buildings
statues,
and,
that are
American-
pro-American as all get
related
out.
things here's $100 bill, or
Yeah.
here is
Whoa.
the Washington Monument.
We're still not even done with the worst of this movie.
Oh
we
my
got to keep
gosh.
going.
There's so much.
There's so much. Okay, so
I'm going to watch it.
we could totally watch it. So here's the detail. Keep in mind, this guy's family is in his house when there are terrorists with a nuclear chemical bomb in his house.
Are they
In
going to
his
set it
house.
off at the mall, or because
No.
it's Black Friday, or
No, it's just in his house. So here's the thing: his family's in there, right?
I have a bomb in my house.
In the plot, it's supposed to be him saving his family. His family shows up twice in the movie.
Yeah.
One is after he goes and visits his friend in prison, and the wife just talks to him in the background while their son is just the foreground. And you don't even really see her face. He's just in the background weeping at his computer.
Son, you are the foreground.
Yes, quite literally. And then the other time is when he's in a Burger King and he remembers his family being on a beach.
Yeah.
It's not
There was the scene where he was like in the Hawaiian shirt at a Burger King, and
He-
he just like pulls out a picture of what was, I assume, was his family.
Yeah, and then it just shows them on the beach.
Yeah.
It just cuts them on the beach with video, and then it's like, did he have a family to save? Oh man, you know the part that I think we lost it the most at, that I wish we had gotten, are like, there was two scenes that made us like lose our minds.
Yeah.
The first one was, okay, there was this bald guy in charge of the cops who were surrounding this guy's house.
Yeah.
And basically he was the villain of the movie. And
Not the
it's-
terrorists.
No. The government is the villains.
Yeah.
The terrorists put a nuclear bomb in his house and are holding his family hostage. But the cops that are trying to stop the
there
terrorists...
was like the bald guy was like a really mean cop, but was
Yeah.
like very like cheesy mean.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, you're not prepared for
You're-
what he
no.
does. At some point, he has this whole villain speech. And keep in mind, all the dialogue in this movie feels like it is repeating itself, just in different wording, with like multiple times. So it just
Yeah.
kind of descends on itself. And at some point,
less.
he looks at, we're just gonna say that his like subordinate was named Johnson, because it very well might have been named Johnson, you know?
Yeah.
We're just gonna say it's Johnson. So he looks at Johnson and he goes, Johnson, you realize that what we're doing is to save America, and America needs to be saved by us. And then this man is evil because he's evil, and I'm the good guy in this situation, and I'm in control. And do you believe in God, Johnson? It's me, Johnson. I am God. He unironically says, I am God. And I was like, are we reading Sonic.exe? Are we reading Sonic.exe as like a pro-American fever dream right now on VHS? Is that what we're doing? Because it definitely feels like it.
I mean, I know people have definitely done that sort of stuff before. You know, if you guys have ever played like Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Like Senator Armstrong, but he actually pulls that off.
Yeah, no, this is the thing.
With the...
It's like no subtlety, no understanding. It feels so like genuine that only sheer incompetence is the reason it happened, rather than an understanding of anything satirical, anything like any amount of competence from a writing perspective is out the window.
No substance.
No substance.
Only slop.
Yes. And we haven't even gotten to the ending of this movie. The ending was the part
Does he even save his family? Is there a family?
they don't show him saving the family.
No.
Yeah. So it's just Dementia Simulator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just hear the same things 5 times over and just forget everything that happened before.
Yeah. Okay. So at the end of the movie, he has this like subordinate, or this, he's like one of his old coworkers who at the beginning of the movie was like, we gotta carry out this mission. And the main guy's like, no, we're not gonna carry out the mission. They don't do it. And so later on, the guy who's like wanting him to carry out the mission, we're just gonna call him Bert, because I don't care anymore.
I
His
know,
name is
yeah.
Bert. He looked like a knockoff Chris Evans as Thor. That's what he looked like.
Oh.
So point is, Bert shows up and is going to attack, I don't even know his name anymore, the main guy, right?
Blue.
Blue. We'll call him Blue. Okay, Blue and Bert, so they fight.
Yeah.
And before that, Blue gets into his office and uses his computer to activate the bomb.
Yeah, because it was connected to his own personal computer
In his office?
In his office where
Where he lives in the White House. Something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, it gets so much worse. They have like a big fight, and it shows the like timer counting down. And what they clearly did was they just took like go to like stopwatch.com or something like
Yeah.
that.
Oh no!
Reverse it, like have green text, have it like counting
Yeah.
down, and just like badly crop it out to the point where you can't even tell when it's where it's counting down to
Because
until
I
the
remember
very
all
last
the scenes
moment.
of it where like the computer was like in the background.
Yeah.
And it was like at a weird angle, so you could see there was like a timer on the screen, but you couldn't see how much time was.
Yeah, it was like just
Counting?
showing like
And it was like
the
his
minutes
desk.
only,
Yeah.
the seconds only, the milliseconds only, and then it just shows the ending where the house blows up, and it just like cuts to like it's like an awfully CG done
Oh, dude.
explosion.
Yeah.
And then it just shows.
It
shows like a text box saying, "Oh, Bert was ended up being arrested." It's like that peak way to end a movie, you know, where it's like he was taken into custody after shooting his like little pistol thing. That clip.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, just Bert was taken to prison.
yeah, quite
He
literally.
was tried for his crimes.
Yeah.
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 I
Oh,
remember the
brother.
scene where it was like the explosion just went off. The bad terrorist was dead,
Yeah.
and then Bert like had like jumped but like fallen in his pool.
Yeah.
But it was like all in slow motion,
Yeah.
and then it was like okay.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Yes.
What a disaster!
And then it's like him laying, face down in his pool, and then it fades to black.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
so he's just.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I can't exactly recommend watching Black Friday, but at the same time, I mean,
Maybe.
if you're looking for something stupid to watch with a friend,
Yeah.
you'll get an enjoyment out of it. That's for sure. We definitely had some fun out of it. We were yelling pretty hard.
No, I would guess from how you guys talk about it, you had fun.
It
But
was-
it's not
yeah.
like the conventional, like, ha ha, it's so funny, ha ha. But it's like,
It is definitely a so bad it's good situation in a way.
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I
Dep-
can't
depending on
imagine
how
it
like
that
what
way.
state you're in, but that's for every so bad it's good movie. You have to be in the state to receive it, and that's for sure.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Okay.
good state to
On
receive
that note, we are going to close out the show for tonight.
Oh.
Thank you all for listening in to What to Watch Weekends. We're gonna close off. I mean, where can they find you, Walter?
Um.
And his van.
Yeah.
In the void.
I don't know. I
Jesse.
just kind of exist, I guess.
Yeah, he just kind of exists.
Yeah.
Jesse.
But Noah, where can they find you? You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I'm just
You
being.
can find me at my coordinates at
I mean, you could just track my Instagram. Just kidding. I
Yeah.
don't use that stupid feature, by the way.
Right.
But yeah, again, like I said at the beginning of the show, I host Aloha Friday, 1 to 3 o'clock on Fridays here at 88.1 The Burg. I play classic rock, and I bring my friends on the show. Maybe I should bring you guys on, and we can talk about the other movies you wanted to talk about today.
Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be-
Dinosaurs. I should do a dinosaur day. That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be kind of cool. Well, thank you all for listening in again. If you want to find me somewhere, I'll be on this Wednesday from 8 to 9 p.m. for another episode of What to Watch Wednesdays. I'll also be on at some point in the upcoming weekend for another episode of What to Watch Weekends. We'll see where that goes. And at any rate, if you want to track along with either show, follow What to Watch Wednesdays at What to Watch Wednesdays, all one word, no caps, no spaces, on Instagram and YouTube. Again, I'll be on this Wednesday telling you all what to watch. Good night, everybody.